People. Que pasa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. Now, a very popular thing in Jamaica, and I guess it is because of financial reasons. I guess it's because of some sorts of sexual joy, wherein a whole lot of elderly married men, them have a whole lot of young girls in them 20. If them past 30, they are very, very old. I am speaking about an incident that occurred maybe about 2 weeks ago. An incident that left a young girl, her name is SHADAE, in a vegetative state, you could call it comatose. She was corned up at least twice in the head and also at least once in the abdomen, in the belly. It is said that the person who inflicted these wounds on her is a baby father who happens to be married with children with wife. This lady, in the video that I have, which I cannot show because of YouTube's policy, you could see her laying in the bed with all sorts of tube around through her mouth, through her nose, all sorts of things connected to her hand to monitor her vital signs. One of the items gone, like me say, she is in a comatose state, vegetative state, meaning that the brain will not be the same. Even if she happens to pull through and survive, she will not be the same anymore, unless of the mercy of the man up above. Chances are she is gone pretty much mentally. Now, based on the information, it is said that this lady, SHADAE, 20-year-old, just 20, she had a child for this man name not given as yet, don't know why. It seems as if this man refused to pay child support. So therefore, the mother, whose name is Maxine, I was told, don't quote me on the name, told the daughter, like most mothers will recommend for their daughter, only want the best for their daughter and the child, grandchild. You need to take him to court. It seems as if that is what she did, and then this is the repercussion. This was his response. She was approached, ambushed by some men, or the man himself. Don't know the details as yet. She ended up in the Kingston Public Hospital. The video that I am telling you about, which I am going to put in my WhatsApp group, phone number 1-876-894-2711. You want the video of SHADAE in the hospital bed, pretty much in a vegetative state. Leave your name, you want to join the group. Please do not call me. Do not video call me. Even though I know some of you people, it seems as if stick broken on your ears. It does not matter how many times I put out this disclaimer. However, you will learn that you won't get anybody if you call or video call. Back to the story at hand. So like I said, the mother told the daughter, Mother Maxine told the daughter, SHADAE, listen, you need to carry him go to courts. She took him to courts and he responded in that way. Here's the thing about a lot of relationships in Jamaica. As it pertains to these elderly men, as it pertains to these young girls, maybe the man them not get the love and affection that they desire. Or even in most cases, them want the ass, them want the saga, them want the cake, and them want to eat it too. So therefore, them kind of get greedy, them too thirsty. They were never made for marriage. However, you know, in Jamaica, everybody have two sides in which they live. Well, not everybody, but there are many persons that pretty much have the yin and the yang, the good and the bad side to them. Here's the thing about most of these relationships wherein you have the young girl and the older men. Sometimes these men are jealous. Them know say them married. However, they are obsessive. So therefore, them want to have them wife and them picnic at home, picket fence and all of that. However, them expect, because they are giving these young ladies monetary gain, meaning that them are pay for rent, them are pay for car, them are pay for everything. They pretty much feel as if them own these young girls. The situation can go good for a little while. However, in a lot of cases, here are the 1 and 2 things that usually happen. Whenever these young ladies get pregnant, because they don't want the wife or friends or family, because they live this hopeful fake life, they don't want people to know say them have some sorts of picnic on the side, with the side chick, with the matey. So therefore, they will tell these young ladies, listen, I think it is best for my family, for their family, that you have, you get rid of the child. A lot of times, these men, them no want here set the picnic out there, and them no want pay any sorts of child support. So whether it is a shame because of some sorts of fake family legacy, or it is the fact that a lot of times, them want the fun and the sun, them want the PUMS, them want the head, them want the excitement, them want to take the SEX to a next level, in which is not at home for some strange reason. Me no know, no ask me, and for me people them. So in many cases, the young girl, she fertile, the elderly man, him have picnic at home with the wife, him fertile. So therefore, when them have the SEX, everything is done raw. No sorts of precaution is made. However, when them get the picnic, it pretty much changes the complexion. It is usually the man that is deciding, alright, here want me now. You see, because the case say, I have 2 little picnic at home and I have a wife, I think that it is best if you get rid of yours, because that is going to cause a whole bunch of confusion. A lot of times, these women are fully aware of the situation, and not to say that it is right because the man is married. Them figures say, alright, now me have the picnic, me can have more say so. Me can tie the man, that means say more than likely him a go want spend more time at my home with his child, because now not only wife have picnic, him a get picnic on the side also, so therefore him have 2 family for supports. In most cases, he is going to support the traditional, not the matey type, wife type, and that is the fact. So therefore, there is where the confusion comes in. There is where the problem lies. A lot of times, we've seen incidents, big time cases in which young girls lose them life by some famous rich man. It is not like sometimes this man cannot afford to take care of both homes. Him just see it as some unnecessary expense. He did not bargain for the responsibility, even though he knew he was conscious of what could happen whenever you lay down, you back it up and you jack it up, and you know me I talk about, you let off some sorts of corn in the club, in the home that is. So people, a lot of times also, the mother is telling this young girl that, listen, alright, you're pregnant for this man, so therefore it is his responsibility as a father to support him picnic. Whether him is a married man or not, it does not matter. The court or the law says you have to support your child until that child is 18 years old, if it can be proven that you are the biological father. However, what this young girl might have not told her mother, meaning SHADAE, might have not told her mother, Maxine, I think the name is that this man is a loose cannon. This man is a evilous man, because people, the average typical man, if them in any sort of relationship where they are married and them have a side chick and she have a baby, Even if him not support, he will not go to the extent in doing it himself or pay somebody else to do it. So this shows you that this man is definitely an evil man. The mother might not have been aware of it. The mother was thinking, well, adjust some court procedure, do the paperwork, do the documentation, and make sure say him keep up his end of the deal as a father, as a baby father, regardless if he married or not. However, people, the decision or the advice that was given by the mother, and I am not saying it is wrong, it came back and it haunted the daughter. The daughter is now laying at the KPH hospital, pretty much the brain BABY, vegetative comatose state. One eye gone. So not only she only gonna have one eye, if she actually lives, she won't know what is going on around her. Moral of the story is this: whenever you get yourself in any sort of situation which is not traditional, that means you want to be the matey, you want to be the side chick, you want to be the third wheel in any sort of man and woman relationship. These are the things that can happen. A lot of times it won't. However, there is more than enough cases in which we have seen or heard about, whether it is on social media, in the news, in a real life, of what can take place whenever the rules of engagement are not followed. Whenever people want to jump their responsibility, people will do just about anything if them get desperate enough. Just to save face, they will take away your life. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, it is called Justice Was Served, or did these two convict. These two persons that used to go around in about 2018 and take young girls, rob them, jump over them fence, and sometimes some were found DEAD. However, they were not charged for the takeaway of anyone, but people are suspecting that they also did. I am speaking about Dwayne Edwards and Michael Swaby. This is the story. If you remember, back in 2018, there were some very disturbing incidents in which a whole lot of young girls were missing. They were robbed, coming home from work, going home, wherever, going about their merry business. The constant thing was that it was some sorts of taxi man. People are get missing, robbed, and RAPE on a rapid basis. Popo did their investigation due diligence, and in about 2020, they were arrested and they were charged and convicted in 2021. Mr. Swaby, Michael that is, he was sentenced to 38 years in prison. Him probably have to do about 20 enough before he is eligible for parole. Mr. Dwayne Edwards, he was just recently sentenced. He was given 26 years. A whole bunch of charges, abduction, this and that, 26 years, 8 years, 10 years. However, they are going to run concurrently. That means the major time. He is going to be eligible after 18 years of hard labor, which I don't even know if that actually exists. Based on the information, it is said that for a couple of years, they were on a rampage, take away many girls. A lot of people came to court and they gave testimony. A lot of people gave sworn statement. These persons were given 26 years and 38 years separate. Now people, these people were doing it for a couple of years. Do you know what would happen to somebody in America that was doing something like this? Taking advantage, ABUSING, robbing people, jumping over them fence. Do you know how much hundreds of years you would get? Had it just been one incident, however, they are serial type of people. So when you think about Jamaica, a place that is known for crime and violence, you name it from A to Z. And you figure these judges, these prosecutor, DA, DPP, whomever. Whenever you get people like this, repeat offenders, SERIAL type of person, that means that them sick and demented. How is it that you think that it is reasonable to give them 38 years and 26 years? And people, more than likely, they took some sorts of plea bargain deal, so therefore some sorts of deal is made with the devil. And like I've always said, whenever you dance with the devil, you get FUCK. Don't know what is going on with this body club in Jamaica, wherein it seems as if these high-profile lawyers are pulling the strings of these judges and them lose their mind, or some sorts of monetary exchange is done. Because people, based on the history of these two men, they should not get less than a couple of hundred of years or a couple of life sentence. Had it been any place, specifically America, where they are serious about crime, that is what they would have gotten without a shadow of a doubt, if them plea bargain or not. But we understand that our court system in Jamaica is so inept. So therefore they consider a win is a win is a win. So therefore the people get away pretty much scotch-free. Because people, for their deeds, the punishment definitely will not fit the crime. They should have sent a message for all of those aspiring abductors, people that jump over people fence, that listen, if you do this, this is exactly what is going to happen. And what is also disturbing, yes, back in 2018 it is worse. However, people, it seems as if there are some copycats that are still doing it, while it is not the same extent. But me just as say, there has to be some sort of deterrent, and people, when you give these people pretty much a slap on the wrist, it is not any sort of message that is sent. Any message that is sent is that you are soft, point blank, and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.